Jeopardy! Insiders have openly discussed if the interview portion of the beloved game show still fits in. Two-day champ Lisa Sriken called the staple segment excruciating after losing last month, leaving fans also debating if she was onto something. Jeopardy! Classically consists of two gameplay rounds, an interview portion after the first commercial break, and Final Jeopardy! It's a winning formula that hasn't changed in 59 years, and it doesn't look like it's going to. But Lisa's admission to Newsweek that she was thrilled to lose because she didn't have to do any more contestant interviews has become a talking point. Lisa adored fans with her quirky stories in March, yet admitted, being there and having to come up with anecdotes was really, and I said this too, in the end, it was excruciating. It was the hard part. It wasn't a trivia part. I knew the trivia, but that was difficult. It's not my favorite part of the show. On the podcast Inside Jeopardy, longtime producer Sarah Whitcomb-Foss and former champion Buzzy Cohen assured fans they weren't changing anything but shared their thoughts. Buzzy said, "It's not my favorite part of the show. I get it, and it is fun, and it's great to get to know the contestants," Buzzy confided. "It just feels, I don't know, there's something, it breaks up the game a little bit, and maybe that's good. Maybe it allows some contestants a break to get back into it. Here's what I'm going to say. It definitely feels like it's a little bit of a relic of a bygone game show era. And does it fit in with the Michael Davies Jeopardy! Is a sport ethos, is my question. I mean, you don't stop and in the middle of a soccer game interview the players and ask them, like, what their favorite pizza topping is." Sarah Foss argued that the segment, which has been there since day one, allows the host and viewers to connect with the contestants. "I get that I love nostalgia," she said. "I think there's something to be said for keeping some things the same. That's the glory of Jeopardy! 61 clues and responses, and a little anecdote in between." Buzzy replied, "I'm not suggesting we get rid of it. The point is him relating to Lisa." On the most recent episode of the podcast, Buzzy then made clear they were not getting rid of the palate cleanser portion. Worth thinking about. Fans, however, didn't all dismiss the idea in a recent internet forum, which is saying something because Jeopardy! Lovers are a protective bunch. One fan wrote in a thread, "I record Jeopardy on my DVR, and always fast forward through the tedious interviews." Another wrote, "The interviews don't add any value to the game, and of course when you have these winning streaks that seem to be norm these days, they run out of questions to ask." A third wrote, "We've watched Jeopardy in our family since its debut with Art Fleming hosting when I was a kid, and I would not miss contestant interviews even a little bit." A fourth defended, "I love everything about Jeopardy, including the interviews.